Welcome to the VG Lab podcast, where we discuss engineering concepts and applications found in everyday life. Hello, my name is Eric Vasquez. I'm an associate professor in the Department of Chemical and Materials Engineering at the University of Dayton. I do this podcast as part of my teaching and research efforts at the university. Today, we will be discussing about nanomaterials and nanocomposites. Nanomaterials are really small materials that range anywhere between 1 to 100 nanometers in size in at least one dimension and are produced using two traditional approaches, which include a top and a bottom-up approach. Today, we have the pleasure to introduce Mr. Kishore Chand. He will be discussing more about the magnetic nanomaterials and nanocomposites with chitosan. So after that brief introduction with nanomaterials, Kishore, let's dive deeper into magnetic nanomaterials and the composites with chitosan. What are magnetic nanomaterials and what are they important? We probably should start there.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Vasquez. This is me, Kishore, and today I'm very happy to hear. Magnetic nanomaterial are basically nanoparticles that exhibit magnetic property. In our case, we are focusing on iron oxide nanoparticles, especially magnetic Fe3O4. The particles typically ranging from 1 to 100 nanometer in a size as previously as discussed, display unique magnetic behavior at the nanoscale, such as supermagnetism. This property make them responses to external magnetic field without retaining magnetization once the field is removed, opening up a wide range of the applications.
Good, excellent. So can you give us a little bit overview of chitosan as well?
So chitosan basically is a natural biodegradable polymer derived from chitin found in the exoskeleton of the aqueous crustacean. When combined with magnetic nanoparticle, it forms nanocomposites. So the leverage both magnetic property of nanoparticles and the biocompatibility functionality of the chitosan. The iron oxide nanoparticle are typically embedded within a attached chitosan matrix, creating a hybrid material with enhanced properties.
Good. Can you elaborate a little bit on the synthetic methods and routes for producing the composites, the magnetic chitosan composites?
Thank you. Certainly, thank you very much, Dr. Vasquez. This is a really important big method of synthesizing. So there are a lot of method of synthesizing the nanocomposite with chitosan magnetic nanoparticles, co-precipitation method, salvothermal method, cross-linking method. These are some methods. So if I go in detail, what is the co-precipitation method? This is one of the most common technique. Iron salt are precipitated in the presence of chitosan under alkaline condition. This method is relatively simple and can be performed at a room temperature. Whereas we have another second salvothermal method. This involved to use of the higher pressure reactor, the precure mixed with chitosan and heated in solvent, often ethyl alcohol at higher temperature. This method can be produced nanoparticle with better crystallinity and magnetic property. Third method, we have a cross-linking method. In this method, preformed magnetic nanoparticle are mixed with chitosan solution and then cross-linking agent just like a glutaldehyde in addition to form a stable nanocomposites.
Okay, thank you for that overview. So with that said, what are the unique properties and perhaps you can elaborate on some applications of these materials?
Oh, thank you very much, Dr. Vasquez. The nanocomposite exhibit several interesting property, such as super paramagnetism, high surface area and absorption capacity, biocompatibility and biodegradability, pH responsive. And these property, what is super paramagnetism, as I mentioned earlier, they can be manipulated by external magnetic field, but don't retain magnetization when the field is removed. The high surface area and absorption capacity, the combination of nanoparticle and chitosan result in the material with a high surface area to volume ratio enhancing their absorption capabilities. Then biocompatibility and biodegradability. Chitosan is a natural origin, make them so is suitable for biomedical application. And pH responsive chitosan amine group make a nanocomposite responsive to pH changes, which can be exploited for control release applications.
Oh, excellent. So the control release, drug release applications, is that the application you mean, like for drug release?
Drug released, yes.
Okay, excellent. Are there any other applications you want to highlight about these magnetic nanocomposites?
Sure, absolutely. The nanocomposite have a wide range of the application, such as targeted drug delivery. So magnetic nanoparticle allow for guiding the nanocomposite to a specific location in the body using an external magnetic field. The precision targeting can significantly improve the efficiency of the treatment while reducing side effects. And these nanocomposites can be used for water treatment. The high absorption capacity of these nanoparticles combined with their magnetic property make them excellent for removing heavy metal and other pollutant such as dyes and other pollutant. After adsorption, they can easily be separated from the water using a magnetic field. And third one application is the magnetic MRI. These nanocomposites can serve as a contrast agent, potentially improve the clarity, specificity in a medical imaging. And also can be used in a hyperthermia treatment. When exposed to alternate magnetic field, these nanoparticles generate heat which can be used to destroy cancer cell. This is a hyperthermia treatment, and then also can be used in a biosensor. The unique property of these nanocomposite make them suitable for developing highly sensitive and selective biosensor for various analytes.
Excellent. That's an interesting range of applications. What do you see as future directions in the research in this field?
I believe we will continue refinement of the synthesis method to produce more uniform and tailored nanocomposite. The exciting work being done combining these material with other functional component like enzyme, antibiotic, and create multi-functional nanocomposite. In terms of application, I expect to see more clinical trial for biomedical application, specifically in targeted drug delivery and imaging. There is also a growing interest in using these material for environmental sensing and remediation. So I anticipate significant development in the area as well. Another also promising direction, the development of stimuli responses, nanocomposite that can respond to multiple stimuli simultaneously, such as magnetic field, pH, temperature. This could lead a more sophisticated drug delivery system and smart material.
Excellent. So let's go back a little bit after your introduction on the magnetic nanomaterials and nanocomposites. Let's focus a little bit on chitosan. Can you tell us why chitosan is such an important component of these nanocomposites, and what is chitosan?
Absolutely, Dr. Vasquez. As previously we discussed that chitosan play a crucial role in these nanocomposites for several reasons. As previously discussed, the first is a natural biodegradable polymer derived from chitin, which is abundant in crustacean shale. This make it environmental friendly and biocompatibility, which is essential for many applications, especially in biomedicine. Second, chitosan has a unique chemical property, including its polycationic nature, which allow it interact with various substances and make it excellent for application like drug delivery, water treatment, and so on.
Excellent. What about, this is a natural polymer, right? So how does the molecular weight of chitosan affect its properties and performance?
The molecular weight of chitosan is indeed a critical factor. It affects property like solubility, viscosity, and ability to form films. Generally, lower molecular weight chitosan is more suitable and easier to work with the higher molecular work with, while higher molecular weight chitosan form stronger film and gels. In nanocomposite, the molecular weight can influence the interaction between chitosan and magnetic nanoparticle, affecting property like stability, drug loading capacity, and release kinetics.
Okay, thank you for the explanation. Lastly, are there any challenges or limitations in using chitosan in these nanocomposites that researchers are currently trying to overcome?
Yes, Dr. Vasquez, there are a few challenges. One is that chitosan solubility is pH dependent, which can limit in some use in some application. It is only soluble in acidic condition, which can be problematic for some biomedical uses. Another challenge is in controlling degree of deacetylation, which affect chitosan properties. Researchers are working on chemical modification of chitosan to improve its stability and expands its pH working range. There's also ongoing research to enhance the mechanical property of chitosan-based nanocomposite, improve their long-term stability in various environments.
Excellent. That helps a lot to understand a little bit more on the properties of this material. So let's dive a little bit more into the applications, right? So in 2022, there was a study published in the International Journal of Biological Macromolecules that deal with silver, iron oxide, chitosan, polyvinyl alcohol nanoparticles or nanocomposites. This is a novel material that seems promising for wound healing applications. Can you tell us more about this particular case study?
Certainly, Dr. Vasquez, bacterial infection in wound are significant health concern because they cause inflammation and delay healing. Traditional antibiotics are becoming less effective due to drug resistance. So, the author, those who published this research work, they try to find an innovative and tackle this problem, innovative solution and tackle this problem. So, by using these nanocomposites.
Okay, that sounds reasonable. How do these nanoparticles work in the case of the health or the wound healing application?
These nanoparticles combined with silver and magnetic iron oxide, as this is a composite of four type of the nanocomposite. As previously we discussed that silver, a magnetic nanoparticle, chitosan, and polyvinyl PVA. So these nanoparticle combined silver and magnetic iron oxide encapsulated with chitosan and polyvinyl alcohol. Silver is also known as antibacterial, have a good antibacterial application, while iron oxide add magnetic capabilities, allowing easy recovery and separation of these nanoparticles.
Interesting. So what's the role of chitosan and polyvinyl alcohol? What makes them suitable for this type of application?
Chitosan is derived from shellfish shell and are biocompatible and biodegradable. Polyvinyl alcohol is a non-toxic and enhance the stability of these nanoparticles, making them ideal carrier for medical applications.
Okay, and then you discuss different methods to prepare nanoparticles, correct?
Yes.
So how were these nanoparticles developed and what sizes were these nanocomposites?
In this study, the authors use a one-pot synthesis method. In this, initially they created a magnetic nanoparticle, chitosan, and a PVA microsphere, then coated with them silver nanoparticle. And this process, they confirmed these particle by using various characterization technique, ACM, XRD, and other. And according to nanoparticle size, the particle sizes range were around 100 nanometer, between 100 nanometer.
Oh, 100 nanometer. That's
around because this exact the size exact around is a 100.
Okay. So there were not microspheres or micronspheres or
these were microsphere, not a macrosphere.
Okay.
These were in a nanoscale.
Nanoscale.
Yes.
Okay. So what about any tests for proving the effectiveness of the nanocomposites? What kind of tests were done?
As the author use in vitro test, there are two type of the antibacterial test, vivo and vitro. So they use both tests in this study. So vitro test, they show strong antibacterial activity against E. coli and Staphylococcus aureus is a kind of a bacteria. These two kind of the bacteria, they apply a vitro test. They perform the vitro test. These nanoparticles destroy bacterial cell membrane, leading to cell death. And they also perform in vivo test on mice, demonstrate accelerated wound healing without toxic effect on the organs.
Oh, wow, that's very impressive. What other potential applications do you see for this type of composites?
These nanoparticles could used in advanced wound dressing that not only cover wound but effectively fight infections. They could also be applied in antimicrobial coatings for medical devices to reduce hospital-acquired infections.
Okay, okay. As antibiotic resistance rises, innovations like this seems very crucial. What are the next steps in the research? Do you have any insights?
Basically, they are the synthesis process, and they are focusing on optimizing the synthesis process and exploring large-scale production possibility to make these material widely available for clinic use.
Yeah, that I'm sure that will take some time, right? The clinical use of this type of materials. Well, thank you, Kishore, for sharing your insights and thoughts on this groundbreaking research. Definitely, there's a lot of research on magnetic nanocomposites. That's part of my research interest. I appreciate your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Vasquez. It was my pleasure to discuss my expertise with you.